starting horse value, and I'm going to do the video for the Breeders' Cup on Friday. Put a lot of work into this, and after this, I'm starting to work on the Saturday card. I hope to have the Saturday video out either tonight or tomorrow morning. But let's take a look at the Friday futures card, 2-year-olds, and please read the tutorial on my or watch the tutorial video on my website. But I'm going to hit a few important topics first of all for this whole Breeders' Cup, and that is the Euros. And you can see this is the 6 furlong 2-year-old turf sprint, which is a Breeders' Cup race, but it's only a grade 2. And you can see these Euros are all down here, and they have, no numbers in here, and their jockey and trainer numbers are often very, very poor. And that's just because there's just no data coming in, from Bristnet on this. So, the only thing you can, and what that'll do is that affects their letter grade, that affects these rank columns. They can only get a rank in these two columns here, which are the PFDS odds and best odds. So for Euros, you need to pay very close attention to the PFDS odds and best odds. And as an example in this race, Twilight Jet, the one, it's actually one of the long shots I like in this race, is 13 to 1 and 9.9 to 1. And 9.9 to 1 on best odds actually ranks 4th, and 13 to 1 actually ranks 5th. So this is a 15 to 1 shot that ranks 4th or 5th on the odds line. So it's a horse to definitely consider. And that's what my point I want to make is for Euros, look hard at these two columns. Now, the other thing I'm doing is I'm going to be in this video. I'm going to be analyzing the sheet, obviously, but I am also referencing some other speed figures from Thorograph to help double check things, and it really helps me for the Euros as well. And those are the main two things I'm using: my sheet, and of course I'm doing an eye test on the past performances. Okay, but I'm primarily focused on my sheet and on Thorograph just to validate what I'm seeing. So with this race, my top selection, is this 3, okay, who gets $12 of value at a 15 to 1 morning line. He's a Euro, but he gets an American jockey, Johnny Velasquez, and he fits right around in here at 5 to 1. Now, this horse has speed. I think this horse is getting blinkers on as well, and is cutting back from 7 furlongs. This horse is fast enough to win the race, and I hope gets sent to the lead. And at 15 to 1, I think is a tremendous win bet. Okay. And so that's my top horse in the race. These top two horses, the 7-8, totally makes sense. They're two of the favorites in the race. Averly Jane, very impressive, also going to go to the lead. And Armour coming in from Europe, I think with Ryan Moore up. But Armour is a horse that gets taken back a little bit. And in these 5 furlong sprints around one turn with the quality, it is very hard to come from well back. You need to at least stay in contention and get a good trip. So I like horses that are drawn inside that are trying to make a late move. So Go Bears Go, Armour, Averly Jane, those make the most sense to me. And then as a long shot, this Twilight Jet, who, by the way, is very fast on Thorograph as well. So that's how I see this race. And we'll head on to the next race, race 7. Okay, this race is a pass race to me. It's a 5-horse field. I think one of these horses may have already scratched. No, this is a 6-horse field. No horses scratch. 6-horse field. And one of the winners is going to come from these top 3 horses, the 2, 5, and 6, who are all very short price. I would be if I was betting this race to win, I'd probably be looking at the 5 or the 6 and trying to see which one gives me the best odds. The concerns I have with the 6 are, first of all, no 2 turns experience, okay? Second of all, Asmussen has been just absolutely horrible. I don't know if that's going to carry over to Breeders' Cup or not. He ships his horses over early, and they get accustomed to the track, which I really like. He's always done that for the California Breeders' Cups. But this horse, and by the way, he took Santana off this horse, who's in a bad slump, and put Rosario on. Just a lot of weird things about this horse. I don't know what the odds will be. Horse is definitely fast and can win. But let me tell you, Hidden Connection is also fast, and so is Juju's Map. So you got 3 horses here. Any one of them can win, and none of them are going to be a good price. It's really the kind of race to just pass. If you forced me to pick one horse, I'd pick Hidden Connection. At least I'm getting 5-2. I get this 2-3 form cycle. Horse is fast on Thoroughgraph. I'd probably go that way if I had to pick one horse. But any of these 3 could legitimately win. All right, race 8. This is a great betting race, and you want to get a price. First of all, I think the race is wide open. And my top selection is going to be Turner Loose. Turner Loose has great early speed and didn't run the greatest in his last race, but I think there's reason he can go back to previous races where he was definitely fast enough to win, and gets the spot play designation, gets the A+ grade, gets the lowest PFDS odds. Again, declines to best odds of 12-1 because of that bad last race. But great early speed. This is a mile, very short run into that first turn. You want to get a good post position. This horse has a great post position, should get the early lead. It's going to be tough to run down. But of course, in these races, a lot of times horse comes from off of it, and we'll look at some of those too. But that's one horse I really like at the price, 12-1. The other horse I like is Piazza Bianca. However, Rosario, take this with a grain of salt, but Rosario is jumping off to run on Koala Princess. We'll talk about Koala Princess in a second. But Piazza Bianca ran a very fast race in his last. This 91 is second best in the race, and this 91 is over a route. Okay, so it's a legitimate 91, where we'll talk about Koala Princess. This 93 is actually not in a route. But Rosario jumps off. So that's the one concern I have with Piazza Bianca. But I think got to use second in my sheet, good form cycle, fast on Thoroughgraph. Koala Princess makes sense, gets this 1 for best energy, stretching out, but Rosario stays on board, great form cycle. That one makes sense. So now I got 1, 4, 9. Who else? Misa Insane. One of the Euros I'm kind of interested in. Look at the odds, 8.4, 7.1. That's second best in both categories. This horse is definitely a must use. Not that fast on Thoroughgraph. So if you want to take that in consideration, horse is not that fast on Thoroughgraph, but fits 2-2. This price might drift up. I will say 13 draw is horrible. Maybe this is an underneath only horse. 13's horrible, 12's horrible, 14's horrible for California Angel. I don't like these horses parked wide with this very short run into the first turn. I think, and then, consumer spending. Now, consumer spending, I think, I look at the PPs, but I think consumer spending is definitely a good closer. And maybe is best underneath. So I think on top I'm using 1, 4, again, 9. I think on top I'm looking at 1, 4, 9. I'm going to pay close attention to the odds, but that's where I'm kind of looking. This is a tough race, very wide open. maybe some other horses underneath. Good luck on this one. Very tough. Don't waste too much money on it. Race 9. Okay, I think this is interesting because Corniche is going to take a ton of money. Didn't run that fast in his last race. And actually regressed on Thoroughgraph. And gets the 12 hole with the short run of the first turn. Is going to have to go. There are several other horses in the race that have early speed, including Pinehurst, Barossa, Giant Game. So the horse is going to have to get used early. And, it's a tough draw. I think this is a toss. Of course, you got the Baffert issue. Are his horses going to run? I don't know. But keep an eye on how Baffert horses do earlier on the day. But this is a concern. This horse is a big concern for me. Whereas Jack Christopher, I don't know what his odds will end up at. This horse has a ton of early speed, but can take back. We saw that in the Champagne. I'm not concerned about the 2 turns. This horse has the perfect draw, going to save ground, take a little bit back, and it's going to come home running. Command Performance is a horse that lost to Jack Christopher. I think this horse can be used underneath. I think this horse could be a 110 exacta. Okay, so I would not disregard Command Performance running huge underneath. And then the other horse I like is a long shot, Double Thunder. Shows up third on my sheet at 20 to 1. Is going to come running. Has the best jockey trainer combination. Fits in here at like 4 to 5 to 1 on my odds lines. Gets a B grade, 20 to 1. That's my long shot. I would want to use that long shot for sure in exactas with Jack Christopher. And I'm probably only 2 deep in the win. I'm probably only using Jack Christopher and Double Thunder. I think Jack Christopher is a very likely winner. If you can, hit one of my few long shots over here, you could get a really nice double into Jack Christopher. But Double Thunder, take a hard look at Double Thunder, especially in exactas and maybe even as a long shot to win. Final race, we got the juvenile colts on the turf, and there's a few horses I like in here. The Dubawi makes a ton of sense. Okay, fast on Thoroughgraph and the morning line favorite, but 14 hole, no thank you. I will play against that willingly. On the other hand, this one, which is Appleby, Charles Appleby is great in the Breeders' Cup. Gets William Buick on board. I don't know what's going on with these odds lines, okay, but coming out of some cheaper races, but Appleby knows what he's doing, and this one gets a perfect draw and is fast on Thoroughgraph. That's probably why he's bringing him over here. So Modern Games, to me, is a much better bet than Dubawi Legend, and hopefully you get a better price as well. I love the inside horses in this race. Look, 2, 3, 4 are the next 3 horses I like. The 3 is the fastest on Thoroughgraph. Also gets the fastest on my energy, 97. And I kind of like that it's Saez from Monmouth. Monmouth has the strict whip rules, and they're going to have strict whip rules in place for this Breeders' Cup. And Dakota Gold ran huge in his last race at Monmouth. To me, that's the horse to bet to win. And then the 2 and the 4, very useful, very logical. I think it's a 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be probably looking to play an exacta combination using those 4. My selections will come out later today. I'll put them in some text on the Breeders' Cup website. But my main pick here is this 3. I hope I get a good price. Can use the 1 and then maybe the 2, 4. So that's how I see this race. So that's Friday. I know I went kind of fast. I'll be typing in some selections. Maybe there's some information you don't think I covered. Please DM me or shoot me an email at info@chartinghorsevalue.com. And good luck on Future Stars Friday. Thanks.